Hello and welcome back. It's actually the end of the day on Monday. I haven't vlogged or filmed since last Monday. I had every intention of filming on Tuesday, but I forgot to put a memory card in my camera, and so couldn't film because my camera doesn't do anything without a memory card. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I was out at Ron Clark, and then I came back Friday night at like 2 in the morning. I got home, and Saturday, Sunday I literally just spent all day like relaxing at home because I was so tired. But I really quickly just wanted to give like a recap on my trip to Ron Clark. Oh my gosh, like I knew I was gonna have an amazing time. It surpassed every like thought that I ever thought about going to Ron Clark. It surpassed everything. I'm gonna try and like set this down. I did not like realize how amazing it would be, honestly. Like I said, I knew it was gonna be awesome, but it was so much more incredible than I thought. And it's one of those things like I can't even like put into words, but I just figured I'd kind of tell you like what I don't know, like kind of how the days went, because it was structured a lot differently than I had thought it was going to be. And then I thought I could maybe just tell you like my big takeaways. So basically you get there on Thursday morning and everyone meets like in the gym. I don't know who this is, but they call me all the time. It's so annoying. Everyone meets in the gym. They do like a big like, you know, speech in the beginning. I think it was Ron Clark. And then you basically spend all day all day Thursday and all day Friday going in and out of classrooms, going to a mixture of classroom observations and sessions. So sometimes there's a class just in there and you just literally walk in and like observe this class doing their thing. And then sometimes it's just like a teacher in there and then they're just giving you some sort of like session on some topic that relates back to obviously like the academy itself. So yeah, so I ended up going through, I think I saw like 6 or 7 like classroom observations, and then I don't even know how many like non-classroom observations. It was just like, I don't know, but I'm telling you, they have these scheduled down to a science. Like you are like back to back to back. Like, there's no wasted time. Even lunchtime, it was like, I swear to you, it was like 20 minutes long. They're like, okay, let's get back on the road, which was really cool because I felt like you definitely got like the most bang for your buck like going there, because there was no downtime at all. So I felt like you just, you know, got to do everything. So the way like the sessions were all listed on like the sign up thing, and it said like these are the sessions that they had offered. So I was under the impression that you were going to pick them, and then I realized before that I went, I talked to Jess and she said no, you don't pick, they just send you where. So you get placed in a letter group, and so I wasn't like in any group with like anyone that I knew, and you just follow those people around like all day, and you go into like smaller groups and then you like join up with other groups. But anyway, so some of my like really big takeaways were just like the expectations that they had there. Like the expectations were so incredibly high that those kids like knew what to do at all times. It was crazy. Like even if the kids just like look the wrong way and they're not like showing that they're engaged, like they're like on them, which is something that I know like I'm really bad about sometimes, because it's just easy to just like kind of get lazy with it. And it's not even being lazy, it's just like not being like super on top of it at all times. So that's one thing that was like a really big takeaway, is that I definitely need to work on like my expectations more. And they talked a lot about like never accepting anything but the best. Like if you have your kids say like class or something, and then they respond like yes, and then only like half of them do it, and then you accept that, then it's showing them that it's just okay to like, you know, only do it halfway. So that was one like really big takeaway, I would say. And then I don't even know, just like the engagement there, it's insane. Like the way that these kids are engaged, how rigorous, that was the other thing, how rigorous like the actual work was that the kids were just like talking about, and the discussions that they had, it was just so cool. So a lot of like just little tips and strategies and tricks and stuff like that I took away, which would just take forever to like really talk about. But yeah, so it was incredible. If you ever have the opportunity to go, I don't think anyone would like pass that up, but like make sure you can get there, because it was just incredible. So that was one thing I wanted to share today. And the other thing, since it is Monday, I was just going to share a couple things that I'm doing in my classroom this week. So the one thing I really wanted to share was that I created a, what do you call it? An escape room for my class, and I'm doing it completely, well, I shouldn't say completely digitally, but I'm doing the escape room like half digitally, half on paper. But I basically just didn't want to have to buy like locks and stuff. So if you're not familiar with an escape room, it's basically where they have, you know, a series of different like things to have to answer in order to be able to like escape. And so with mine, they're going to answer missions, and then they're going to have to insert the answers onto Google Forms. So I made up a Google form, so then they'll have to submit their answers on there in order to be able to like go to the next mission and then find out where it is. So let me I don't know how to like show this to you the best way. Let me show you the missions first, and then I'll show you the online component of that. So this is what the missions look like. This is just so they'll get the piece of paper, they'll get one mission at a time, and then they'll answer. And so the answer on the Google form will be all these answers like put together. And then this will be mission 2, mission 3, mission 4, and then mission 5. And then the last thing they're going to use, there's a QR code underneath here. They're going to use the QR code to then solve the last task on Flipgrid. So it'll be a video that has to be filmed, and someone whose name starts with a J. I'm going to make sure to have like a J in every group. And so someone's name who starts with a J has to do the video. And then let me grab my Chrome and I'll show you the online component of that. Okay, so then this is what the Google form looks like. So basically, I'm going to type in the first one and just kind of, oh wait, I'm editing that. Oh my gosh, I'm not smart. So then they'll click enter, and then it goes to the next one. So if they don't get it correct, it says like try again. So then up here it says find your mission under the forest, but be careful not to disturb the trees. I'm going to put the mission underneath the underneath our plants, which I'll show you guys those in a second. They grew like crazy. But anyway, so each mission will be like have sort of a riddle in order to be able to find where the mission is. I'm so excited to do it with my kids. I'm hoping it goes well. I think they're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I can't decide how many people I want to put in a group. That's still kind of on my brain. I'm gonna do that on Thursday though, because I thought about doing it today, and then I was like, it was not gonna happen today. So I'm gonna do it Thursday because we have like the most time, and it would be like Wednesday or Thursday, so I'll just do it Thursday. So that's kind of what I spent like 3 hours yesterday making it, because there was like a lot of like pieces you just have to piece together. But now that I have like the outline of it, I think it would be easy to create more of them like in the future. So I'm doing that with my class this week. I'll let you guys know in another vlog like how it goes. But look at how insane our plants are. They're like, it's like a little forest. So I'm gonna put the papers underneath here, and hopefully they don't disturb the plants. But yeah, so we've got all of our plants grew. I mean, all of them have grown except for these two and this one. But I did have a student leave, so the one that was that student's, oh wait, oh how funny, one of those is the student that left. Okay, well, go figure. I guess it doesn't matter. The other thing I was going to share, which it was kind of a flop because I don't think I had the clear idea of how I wanted it to go. I did have a clear idea, but then I didn't execute it very well, and ideas are nothing if you don't execute them. So I basically had put the tape on the ground, and my plan, I took this from Kim Bearden's classroom when I was there, but my plan was that once they answer a math question correctly, then they would proceed to the next line. And I just don't think I gave very clear instructions, and then the area was way too small for like my kids to be using. I had moved some of those tables, but it was still just like not big enough, so I need to definitely like adjust that if I ever did it again. But the whole point is that they would get to the end, and then they would it'd be like football kind of. I didn't execute it very well, but yeah, so that was what we did. And then tomorrow, I think my plan, let me see what I wrote down. I had planned on doing some sort of tic-tac-toe. I had seen it in Wade King's classroom, but I didn't get to see him do it. So I had only seen like a piece of it, but I didn't stay long enough to see him actually do it. But I had wrote down that I was going to give them strips of, no. Give a question to each group, and then every person's going to solve it, and then one person, it would be called on to answer, and then if they get it correct, then they can put an X or an O down. So we do games like that a lot in my WIN group, but normally we get to like toss the ball or something like that, so I'll just have them do the tic-tac-toe version, or we play Connect 4 or something like that, so that'll be easy. And then the last thing is I brought my Alexa to school because, what, she's turning on.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
I brought her to school because we don't really use her at home, so I'm going to set her up here, but I just didn't have time this morning, so I'm going to set that up. And then I found this sheet, which I laminated. I found the sheet on Pinterest, and I'm going to use this as like a little guide of like the things that we can use Alexa for.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Her for. The last thing I'll share with you guys today, and then I'm gonna head into work mode because I want to get some stuff done, is I printed this out. This is from TBT. Oh, actually the seller is the Core Coaches, and so I printed this one, and this one, or it's just a way to greet my kids in the morning. You've probably seen this on Instagram or wherever. A way to greet my kids in the morning and then say goodbye in the afternoon. Just being more intentional with that, because I like feel like I did it, but it wasn't like super intentional with it. So I just want to make sure I'm being more intentional with that. And with that, I think that that is all. I'm going to probably vlog tomorrow. I started my master's classes last week, and I actually have a friend in there. Now, I didn't know her like beforehand, not really anyway, like kind of knew her, but we work in the same district, and so I sat next to her because there's only 5 of us, so I sat next to her, and she totally like watches my videos, which is really, really funny. So Myra, if you're watching this, hello. But yeah, so I'm gonna be friends with her and my group because I need a friend for the next 10 months. And yeah, I started, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be too bad. It's just really cool to like, I don't know, be doing something that actually like relates to your passion, versus like when I was in college, it was just like, oh, you have to take like a social studies class or like whatever, and it was all just to kind of, you know, get it done sort of thing. Whereas now it's like, this is what I'm passionate about. And even my credential program, I didn't feel that way because I felt like it was a lot of pedagogical classes, and so just wasn't like, I don't know. And at that time I hadn't been teaching, and it just wasn't the same. So it's been a lot of fun. I got all my homework done last week, so good start. And then I go to class tomorrow, so I might vlog tomorrow. I had every intention of vlogging last week on my first day, and then I forgot my memory card. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And it was just kind of a all over video, but that's my life. So also, this is our last week until spring break, and I finally get some time. Although I was so excited to come to school this morning. I didn't vlog this morning because I was just trying to like put my head on because everything was just crazy in here from having a sub for 3 days. But yeah, so if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.